Okay, so this is what you'll see when you extract the zip file or the tarball, except for this one. This is generated the first time you run it. This is a big release, lots of new features. I'm not going to cover all the old stuff that was already there. I'll try to at least mention all of the new features and demonstrate a lot of them, and using some sample shaders. Some of them are newly added to the package for, again, demonstration purposes. First one is actually one of the shaders that I had a lot of fun with. And so, a couple things. We added main sound, which is the name of the sound shader you can write on ShaderToy, generating procedural sound. And I made this toy synthesizer where you can arrange the notes and it will play them. You can change which tones they are. You can save a song. It will just output to a text file in the directory of the executable, and then you can copy that into it's straight C code, so you can copy it into the actual shader file and add it to the pre-made. And as long as I'm here, another thing you'll note is that we added support for on-demand compile. So you can still load the shared object or the DLL on Windows, but it's much easier to just load the source directly, and then you can edit the source file live, and it will, just like with the dynamic library, it will detect that it's changed and recompile and reload it automatically. So it's much closer to the ShaderToy and FragChord workflow, where you just deal with the source code. How that actually works is controlled here. The commands based on which math library you're using, either just the built-in or GLM or RSW, which is my C++ math library. And then you can also have it be default using the optimize versus the debug. You can change, so that's the global preference, but for any given live change, you can just change it here, and everything will use that for this current run. Will default to the optimized build. So what else we got? So source load, controlling whether it's optimized or not. I don't know if I have a demo for that. I'll show it later. Let's go to one of the other ones. So this one, I added support for the FragChord style 512 samples on just ongoing. You can see that. So that's always on. So it's not a special channel that you have to select like here. It's just audio is just always there. And so if I start adding a song, you can see that it's picking up the last 512 samples. And if I add, say, a video, I'm going to pause this.
You and what army?
You can see that's him talking. And anyway, again, this is...
I'll cover you. Come, trust me.
These are the two, sides of the one is the waveform, one is the FFT, or you know what I mean. I'm not super into the audio math stuff, but it works. What else? So that's, again, the always on stuff, but we also obviously added the, again, standard ShaderToy 512 by 2 sound textures in general. So these are, you know, the ones that you specifically select. And you can, let's get rid of that one. And for, we also added special, these 5 are new. So you can take just the procedural sound as a live texture. You can take the mix, all your sound outputs, music, video, main sound, which is what the other one was doing. We also have microphone. Let's see if I can test. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, so it's working. We also added screen capture and webcam, which I might demo later. Just I connected my Android phone. But let's go to some other shaders and some other things. What else do we have in here? Oh, we might as well do that right now. So this is just, I think this might be new too. So if your FPS is not hitting 60 and you feel like it should be, try turning VSync off. This is especially true if you're like running in a VM, because you can look. Oh, this is new too. This is sort of a poor man's version of the FragChord performance tools. But sometimes in a VM you'll see that it seems like it's running plenty fast. Like this is obviously running very fast. But you'll look at the FPS and it's still at like 30 or 40, even though should be, the frame itself is going super fast. So try turning off VSync and scrolling this up, you know, much higher, and you might see an improvement. Anyway, so I was gonna show this. So if I do this, what? Oh, sorry, just a second. That's my bad. Why is it not? Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. So this is too big, but you can see now it's detected, and there we go. It's working. If I exit out, then it automatically reverts to the default texture. What else do we have here? Oh, right. So the camera is another feature, sort of the built-in camera uniforms are here. U-camera position, U-camera dir, and there's another one, U-camera view, which is a matrix. But again, borrowed from FragChord. And like FragChord, you get default, game controls. You can have, we'll go over here and look at it. You can have WASD or ZQSD. You can disable it. You can also change, you can change the movement speed and sensitivity, and holding shift just multiplies your movement speed. You can invert. Right now it's just click and drag the way you want to look. Here's holding shift. The fog effect is using the U-camera view matrix to get the Z distance to do that. And this is just an analytical ray tracing method. Again, these shaders are all included in the package, so I encourage you to look at them. What else? Oh, the recursion. This is also, all these U_ ones are taken from FragChord, whereas obviously these are the traditional shader toy uniforms. So let's see if we have that one here. So the recursion Again, you can set the max recursion in the actual shader, and maybe I should do that. Oops. Shaders, just to show that the live reload works. And also, you notice I haven't actually changed the compile library once, because I just made sure that all of the included shaders include the comment at the top for each style, so it just detects that and says, oh, use that one. So here we can look at this is one of the new control functions, which lets you do control recursion, and it lets you control resolution and format type and stuff like that, which is all new. So what if I do this, and there you go. No blur because only one pass, and you can see it reflected there. Undo that, save it, there it goes. Okay, what else? Yeah, so we have all that. Okay, might as well go look at the other. This one is demonstrating. Here, let's go optimize for that one for sure. And it's demonstrating the half, so both float, the new float format buffers, and the different independent resolution control. And so you can see here, it's setting for pass A scale with 0.5 for X and Y, and the format is this. And you notice so you only have one of these functions, not one per pass, like with set channels and the main image. Those set channels, the main image obviously, and the GUI, those can all be those are all tied to a specific pass, whereas this one obviously is just for all of them. You just set whichever ones need to be different. And yeah, what else? What am I missing? Oh, okay. Obviously there's a lot more, but couple things that I did not include. Let's open. Let's go back over here and open this one again. So it's not visible. Just pick any of these. Oh, actually, let's do this one. So, I don't know if you can hear that. So this shows the new thing that was added. We had these for a long time, which was just 4 slots for custom textures, which you could set in, at compile time. You could set in the set channels for either a local path or a URL, but we added the same thing for videos and music. So these are URLs, and these are downloaded. If they're URLs, they're downloaded and cached. So any subsequent runs, it always checks the cache to see if it's already there. And we can try. So let's try the other one. And then, sorry, this is kind of all over the place. Again, there's just a lot that was added. There was one other thing. Oh, right. Nope, I don't want to do that. Let's do, so something that was added to Portable GL since the last release, which is again the sort of the backing library for Shader Workshop, is MipMap support, but not completely. So you might see there's no difference there. And even if we go like this, so that would theoretically cause min filtering and use MIP mapping. Portable GL itself does not have the per fragment partial derivatives. It bases it on the triangle. So for every triangle, it calculates the partial derivative and uses that for your LOD, which obviously doesn't work great for very large oblique triangles, but it's okay for most of the time. And even aside from that, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't apply here because we're not actually, we're not even drawing the full screen quad. We're just skipping that vertex pipeline entirely and just drawing the whole frame. For MipMap, to get the benefit of MipMaps when it's actually needed, most of the time it isn't, so which is why it defaults to off, you actually have to do some manual stuff, and I will demonstrate the difference. It's not included in the package, but here is so this is a port of one of IQ's very cool shaders on ShaderToy, and it does not have MipMaps. And if I turn it on, it doesn't do anything because, again, this doesn't draw triangles, and we don't get per frag because we're not a GPU. So if I turn it on, it does nothing. And however, if you manually, so if you enable MipMaps and then you manually change your code a little bit to basically there's some new functions in texture sampling and some helper functions, and if you use those instead here, so here it is MipMapped. This is what it's supposed to look like, and it looks a lot better. Again, I might package some of these other shaders as just a separate zip file you can download for free to compare and see how to convert, if you need MipMaps, how to convert the standard code to using the custom, slightly extra work, but to get the good visuals. Turn it off. Turn it on. And I think what else do we want to? If there's any other thing that I want to show in here. Just another couple of ported of his shaders. They're very, very cool. I'll save the rest for later. But I think, is there anything else that was added that I should mention? A big one. Obviously, I meant to mention it at the beginning and I totally forgot. Here's the download cache. You can clear it or move it or whatever you want. There's only one binary. Obviously, with the whole compile, we added source control auto compiling, but we also at the same time got rid of the separate GLM and RSW binary. If we hadn't, we wouldn't even need this drop down. We would just have one debug and one optimize because there's only one it's only meant to be used with one math library. So we had to add this and the whole directive thing. Oh, and for the screen capture, you can change its resolution and FPS here. Oh, that's something I need to fix. That's a bug. My bad. I will fix that later. Honestly, you probably don't want to go higher than 720p anyway. Okay. I guess that's it. I will do a separate, probably several separate videos. One just quickly showing that it works on Windows. Again, single binary now, auto compiling using the package, the bundled Zig tool chain, but still supporting the MSys2 and the scripts which load it, which build the shaders in the folders directly here, like these scripts. So this is the Zig build script. This is the one you run in MSys2, which also works here on Linux, and you can still open a shader, based on this, based on the SO, and there's no, obviously, that other option goes away. For compile, optimized compile, it is just what it is. Oh, dang it, I forgot. So we added a couple things. The record now includes audio. So those nice, that Pirates demo and the synthesizer, you can record the video with nice audio. If you only want the audio, you flip this on, and you'll just get an MP3 of the audio. And you know what? Let me show you how that works. Let's go back to this one. And I can still do this if I want. And I just end that. And if I do this, and notice this is, again, it pauses the visual, and it's just the audio. If I go over here, it does change the visual while I drag it, but we're still just doing audio recording. And you can see over here, wait, oh, dang it. wrong place. I was running the my development repo rather than this version, but it would show up here and here. That is my bad. We can do a quick one right here. And again, it's using the we can also, again, just so the equalizer is using this channel input, so we switched it from the mix to the main sound only, and that's why it's not showing the other musical sound input. And notice it's missing the mute and the pause, because it's the way procedural generated sound just runs. You can reset it, and that's it. So what if we do this? And then let's see. There we go. So we get the video with sound. There we go. And then just the MP3. Okay, I am 99% sure that that's all the major features. Again, I will have later videos, again, just quickly demoing Windows, and another one covering just shader development, example, going into the actual code, maybe porting, picking some random shader on ShaderToy or FragCord and porting it to show how it works. Okay, we've already gone 25 minutes. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you guys like it, and I will get this published as soon as possible. Thanks.